Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I have a really exciting video for you because I have a brand new handbag to show you guys. Now I did a little poll over on my Instagram stories of whether you guys wanted to see my whole handbag collection including the new bag, but obviously I wouldn't have as long as normal to talk about it because I'd have so many other bags to talk about, or whether to do a video solely dedicated to the new bag so I can properly go into depth about it, because the main thing about it is it's vintage and it's second hand. So I wanted to do like a good talk about it because a lot of sort of research went into it. So the poll actually came back 50-50, so I've decided that for today I'm just going to do a video about the new bag so I can properly talk to you about buying second hand and buying vintage and what to look out for. And then of course I will promise you now that I will do a full bag collection video because lots of you wanted that as well. So that will be coming, and once I've already introduced you to this bag, I guess it won't matter if I do a full collection and not talk about this one so much because you'll already know all about it. So I thought that was like best of both worlds. So yes, for today I'm just going to talk about the new handbag. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have bought it second hand and it is vintage. Now this is not my first time doing this. If you guys remember, I already own a Chloe bag, and it's the Chloe Paddington bowling bag from 2007 I believe, and funnily enough this bag is from the same time. But yes, so this isn't the first time I've bought vintage or second hand. That bag itself was bought in a store, so I was able to see it and touch it and feel it and make sure that it didn't have any marks on it or anything, and that it was in good condition, which it obviously was, and I ended up purchasing that bag. Now that bag originally was sold for nearly £2,000 back in the day, and I bought that Chloe bag for 500, so I saved quite a bit there obviously. This bag that I've bought today though, I bought using a online website which is also an app which you may have heard of, called Vestiaire Collective. Now this brand's really made a big name for itself in the vintage sort of community because it does such a good job at authenticating and getting experts in to look at the bags and make sure that only the best go up on the site, so you kind of always know that you're getting a really good bag, or clothes or shoes. They do jewelry as well, they literally do everything on there, and they do all designer pieces, and I'm talking from really big designers like Chanel, Hermes, to smaller designers like Ted Baker, Michael Kors. So they do a really good range on there, and they really have some amazingly priced stuff. When I was actually looking for this bag, you might remember that I was originally looking for a DIOR saddle bag, and I've ended up changing my idea of getting that because when the DIOR saddle bag got reissued in the new DIOR stores, you could buy it for like £2,200, and I went into the DIOR store to see the reissue of it because I originally wanted to get the vintage 20-year-old one, and actually when I saw it in real life I didn't like it as much. And then obviously when they got reissued, everyone and their mum got one, and all the bloggers got free ones and all sorts, and I was like, actually I'm so glad I didn't end up getting one now because I would have just been one of the sheep. So luckily I decided to get something a little bit different, and it's something that is a bag that's actually quite rare. It's quite hard to find, but the person I first saw this on was NYC Bambi on Instagram. If you don't follow her, go check her out because she's really amazing. She has a fantastic aesthetic on her Instagram, and she also runs a fantastic blog, and she has this bag in white. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the bag now. And first of all, you will see that it comes in the original dust bag, which is something that I always look out for. I keep all of my bags in their dust bags, so if I am buying vintage, my Chloe one also comes with the original dust bag. This is always something to look out for because it's obviously a great protectant for the bag. And I don't know if you can see from there, but the designer is Christian Dior, and I love that it says the whole name because obviously if you buy a Dior bag now it will just say Dior because they dropped the Christian. So this is one of the original bags. Now this bag is, I believe it was bought in 2007 but I don't actually know when this style of bag came out. I've been trying to do my research and it's really hard to find it. But there is quite a few on Vestiaire at the moment, and there's also a couple on the Real. So that's another vintage website. So do go have a look. If you like this bag, then there are a few more on sale. So the bag that I've got is this gorgeous little over-the-shoulder mini clutch bag, kind of. I don't really know what to call it. It's so beautiful. So as you can see, it's quite a small bag, but that's never bothered me in the past. You guys know that I really only have 2 big bags and all of my other bags are quite small, so that doesn't bother me whatsoever. It's real leather. It's what's it called, like a pebbled leather. It's got the grain running through it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, the quality of this bag, for it being 10 years old, I don't think the lady who sold it to me barely used it. It's absolutely perfect. It's gorgeous. So let's go through the details. Obviously the bag is black leather. Then possibly the main selling point is the strap. It spells out Dior in silver hardware letters, and then on the zip there's also a really big D as well, with a small CD imprinted on the metal. I will do close-ups of everything, so if you can't see it from me holding it here, I will do close-ups so you'll see everything. So that's the main overall outside of the bag. The strap is adjustable, but I've put it at a length that I am happy with, and I'll be leaving it at that length, to be honest. So just for a quick look at it on, you can see that when you wear it, the Dior word stands out really beautifully. It looks really, really lovely. And then at the side you've just got the zip, and it's just a really nice small over the shoulder, quite a 90s style, even though this was bought in 2007. Like I said, I don't know when this bag was originally issued, so whether it came out a long time before then, I'm not sure, but it's kind of got that vibe going on. Like my friend Sophie said, it's very Paris Hilton, and I'm quite okay with that, because I think if you style it differently, like what I'm wearing today with a black roll neck and some beige vintage jeans, it actually looks really cool and chic and doesn't look too tacky at all. But on its own, I can get that it's a very like Mean Girls, Paris Hilton, what was that, Nicole Richie, like it's that kind of era, but I'm totally okay with that because I used to like love that stuff. So maybe that's where I get it from. But yeah, absolutely love the bag. So inside, let's have a quick look. So it has a zip closure, which is really, really handy. And inside I'm really happy because it has the vintage Dior logo canvas inside, which is what I wanted on my saddle bag. So I feel like even though I didn't get the saddle bag, a little bit of it is in here. You're not going to be able to see it from here, but like I said, I will do close-ups. But inside it's really roomy actually, and I've got some things next to me here. I'm going to show you how much can actually fit in here. But yeah, honestly, the lining is just perfect. Like, I don't think this woman used this bag more than maybe 3 times. It's absolutely perfect in there. And if she used it more than that, then she obviously looked after it really, really well. It's absolutely gorgeous. So the lining's all perfect. There's not a scuff on the whole bag. And then inside, it's just got one little card pocket. And on that card pocket is a little leather tab that says Christian Dior Paris. And when you lift it up, it says made in Italy, and then the serial number for the bag, which I will put all in the information box if you want to look up this bag for yourself. But yeah, overall, the bag is pretty much perfect. Like, there's not a scratch on it. The leather is just, like I said, perfect. The piping around the edge normally gets really battered over time, but there's not even a scratch on it. The hardware is lovely. It's got like, the only thing is the hardware has got some tiny little dents like the zip has, but that's because those are the things that get knocked the most, and it's not to the point where it even shows. Like, I actually have to look in a certain light to be able to see them, so it doesn't show up at all. The interior is completely perfect. There's not a mark on there whatsoever. No rips, no threads bare. It's honestly gorgeous condition for a bag that is 10 years old. So that's the bag. I want to talk about the buying experience and buying on Vestiaire Collective. So the way it works is not an auction like if you were buying something on eBay or anything like that. However, you can negotiate the original price. So the original price for this bag was actually £400, and then the lady selling it put it down to £350. I wanted this bag for no more than £300 preferably. So I'd seen this bag on sale for between £400 and £500 for very good condition, and I'd seen it on sale between £150 and £200 for, I think it's called, like, I have it on here actually, I can't remember what the fair condition. So I knew, I had a rough idea of what I wanted to pay for it. This was deemed by the experts who look at the bags before they get put on the website, and this was deemed very good condition, which I definitely would agree with. It's absolutely perfect. So the fact that she had already put the price down to £350 for a very good condition bag got my attention straight away. Then you can do what's called a negotiation on the app. I was using the app, but there is also a website, but I'm just going to say the app for reference because that's what I used. So you go in and you say that you want to negotiate the price. So originally it was £350, and I went in quite low actually at £285, because you never know, she might have been desperate to sell it. She came back to me with £330, which I thought was fair, and then I went in with £300 to try and sort of meet in the middle. We ended up meeting at £318, which I thought was fine because it is deemed very good condition, and also I had seen very good condition bags like the exact same model for £450 to £500, so I thought that was actually a fair price to offer me. And also she had originally put the bag up for £400, so I thought bringing it down to £318 was a really nice thing for her to do for me. So I accepted the offer, and then it gets added to your bag. After that you have, I think it's 48 hours to officially buy it, so it goes into your bag at the accepted offer of £318. I bought it straight away because I was able to, so I bought it straight away, and then it happened to be 2 days after Black Friday and they still had a discount code up on the app. So I typed in the discount code and I got 10% off, which meant I saved, I think it came to 30, I think it rounded it up a bit and then came to £35 off, which basically meant that I got £15 off the bag and the £20 shipping was free. That's kind of how I thought of it anyway. So I got £35 off the bag, but plus the £20 shipping, I kind of just told myself, okay, I've got the shipping for free and £15 off the bag. So that worked out really, really well as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the people selling the bag do not send it directly to you. They have to send it to Vestiaire first for it to be authenticated, to make sure that it is real and genuine and not a knockoff, and to say what quality it is. They have three conditions: fair condition, good condition, or very good condition. So it has to go to Vestiaire, it has to be sent to Vestiaire for them to do all of that before it can even go up on the site. Once it's on the site, it stays with Vestiaire, and then from then, when you buy it, Vestiaire send it to you. Now, there are a couple of depots that Vestiaire own. There's one in Paris that I know of, and the other one is in Hong Kong. Now, my bag happened to be sent to the Hong Kong one, so just something to keep in mind. If you do end up buying a bag and you think you've got a fantastic price, you do have a fantastic price, but don't forget there will be a customs and duty fee to pay. Now, my customs and duty fee came to just over £50, so I was quite lucky because that was coming from Hong Kong, and I think I got a discount on that because of Black Friday. But I've looked up the custom fees that normally come in from Hong Kong, and they can be up to 120. So just bear in mind and keep a look at where the bag will be shipped from, because that's quite important. Obviously it'll be less if it's from the Paris depot. I think that again will come to about £40 for the customs and duty, and then I think it's a set price of £20 for the actual postage and packaging fee. So just keep those in mind, because obviously if you've got a set budget that you cannot spend over a certain amount of money, don't forget that those are extras that will be added on after. You can do a, what's it called, like where you split the payments over 3 months, so that's really handy. So if you don't have the full amount of money on the day that you buy it, but you know that you will over the next 3 months, then you can split it over the next 3 months. That's really good. And also they do sometimes do discount codes, and there is a sales section, so do check there as well. But overall, I ordered this on the Sunday. Bearing in mind it came from Hong Kong, I got it by the Wednesday. So it took me, what's that, 3 days. 3 days to send it from Hong Kong. I thought that was unbelievable customer service. It was fantastic, and it came all boxed, packaged in a Vestiaire bag. And then it came in obviously the dust bag, but that's down to the seller whether it comes with the dust bag or not. Vestiaire have nothing to do with that. That's just whether the seller kept it or not. And yeah, and then the bag was in perfect condition. So that's a little bit about Vestiaire and shopping on Vestiaire. This was my first time shopping on there, so I'm happy that I've had a really good first impression. Obviously maybe some people haven't, I don't know, so leave in the comments if you've ever shopped with Vestiaire before, because I'd love to know about that. But from what I've heard and from what I know of people who have shopped there, they've had fantastic experiences, which is really, really great. And I think that's why the website's got really, really popular lately. Okay, so on to what we can fit in the bag. So I'll bring the bag back in again. And last night I took this bag out I went to a gig. I know it's like a bit funny taking a DIOR bag to a gig. I wouldn't normally, but I really wanted to use my new bag. And it wasn't like a rowdy gig. It was like lesser known bands, so we were just kind of standing around like swaying, so I knew I could get away with it. So first of all, I have my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. This, by the way, one of the best purchases I've ever made. If you hate having your keys on a key ring, get one of these. Obviously it doesn't have to be a Louis Vuitton one, you can get like anything, but they're such a good idea. So I'm going to put that in there, and that fits obviously fine on its own. Then I have my Celine purse. Now, I'll be honest, last night I actually took my Saint Laurent card holder, which I've also got here to show you, because obviously my Celine purse is bigger, but it does fit in here, so I'm just going to show you that as well. So I've just put them in side by side, and then where the Celine is a bit thicker, it's left a gap above the Louis Vuitton. I hope you can see that. I think you can see. So it's left a gap here. So let's see what we can fit in here. So if I put 2 lip glosses in, this is my favourite lip gloss at the moment. It's Stila Honey Sheen, really, really good. And then a lip balm. I'm really loving this Nivea Care and Colour in nude. It like gives a little tint. Just a little tip there. They obviously fit in fine, and you could even put those in the little card holder if you wanted. And then I have an iPhone 7, I think. I have an iPhone 7 and it's not the Plus, and I'll put that in as well, and that fits snugly in. So if you want to see everything inside, there you go. It's a bit like a game of Tetris, but it all fits in nicely, and that zips up perfectly. And as you can see, there is actually, so there's this band that goes around the bottom, but then it has 2 little sort of expander bits on the side. So actually the bag is a lot more roomier than it first looks. So those just expand out, and then it doesn't really bulk out so much. So yeah, really, really good. And then if you want to see it under the arm, just to see how much it comes out, then pretty good. And that's with everything in. But last night, like I said, I didn't need my whole purse with me because I just needed my ID and a card and a bit of cash. So instead of taking my Celine purse, I took my Saint Laurent card holder. This is the 5 slot card holder with the zippy top. So I put that in, and obviously then that leaves you a little bit more room. What you could also do is not take this at all, just take the cards out and put them in the built-in card holder that's already in the bag, which I might do next time. So you can see there's the card holder there. This is the bit with the Christian Dior tab, and then just put the cards in there. That's something else you can do, and then you've got more room in the bag. And obviously this is going to zip up fine. and there's the bag again. So now it's even, now it's actually thinner, so you could do that as well if you wanted. And then perhaps the cards are a bit easier to get out as well, so it's up to you. But actually it fits a fair amount in, and that's pretty much all I ever take with me. I know I have my bigger bags, but those are for days where I need my camera on me, if I'm I was going to say if I'm vlogging, but I haven't done a vlog in ages. If I'm taking photos, I take my film camera in my bigger bags, an umbrella if it's raining, for example. So this is obviously like a more compact bag, but for day to day, this is kind of the size that I take with me. It doesn't actually fit like any less than my Celine bag, I wouldn't say, and you would think my Celine bag would fit more because it's more of a boxy size, but actually this fits about the same. So, and that's it without anything in, so it's quite flat there, but you can just see the difference. So yeah, would totally recommend this bag if you can get your hands on it still. I know that on Vestiaire I think there's one more left, and on the Real there's one left, and it's in white, so it's the white leather one, which is the one that NYC Bambi has. That's where I first saw it. But yeah, I thought I'd like to show it to you because I know that some people want to go into vintage buying and second-hand buying. I would highly recommend it because my clothes bag's perfect as well, and they do have to be of a certain condition to be resold for the most part, so you do tend to get a good quality bag still. And like I said, for the price I was really happy with it, because this bag retailed for £1,000 when it first came out, so I saved a fair amount of money. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about like sustainable buying quickly, because on my blog rayofstyle.co.uk 2 weeks ago now, I did a whole post about sustainable buying and buying better, and how much I love vintage shopping. Like, my jeans are vintage today. I think it's such a great way to go if you still love shopping. There's nothing wrong with wanting to shop, and I don't want to put people off shopping, because I know there's this whole buzzword about fast fashion and sustainability. I really want to get to know some brands that are more eco-friendly and sustainable when buying new things. But if you want to buy stuff that you know is not going to harm the environment, then buy second-hand, because in a funny way, like, the damage has already been done from that item, but at least you giving it another set of life it's not made another set of clothes, like you're using something that's already been made. So I think it's a great way to go if you're starting off down that direction. And like, why not get a second-hand Dior bag? Nothing wrong with that. So yes, that's today's video. I've only had 1 cup of tea, and I kind of need to before I film, because otherwise I just go a bit loopy by the end. Okay guys, that was today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to go check out rayofstyle.co.uk, my blog, for everything new up on there. A new blog post went up last Friday, and there will be another one this Friday. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd love it if you stayed, and I put a video up every Monday, so do not miss out. If you subscribe and turn the notifications on, then you'll never miss a video from me. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, so I know that you liked it. And I will do a whole bag collection coming up very soon. I also want to try and get some Christmas stuff up on here. Would it be a good idea to do like Christmas party outfits? Or like, what about more casual Christmas outfits where you're not going out and you're just going around someone's house for a roast? Let's see. So let me know what you want to see on the channel and on the blog down in the comments below. And it's been lovely talking to you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye. Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise.